All right, guys. This is gonna be a special bonus episode for you guys because we are unpacking why all four of the men that I've asked on this podcast this year, who they see when they look in the mirror, and all four of them said they see a man who tries. And we're just gonna unpack that, and we're gonna keep talking about it. You just asked me what do I derive from that,
Yeah.
and I think it's the condition of a man is it's survival.
Mm-hmm.
It is I have to keep trying. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have an option to stop. Because if I stop like a shark, I die. Or I just don't know who I am. I need value. Therefore I have to try. At least through trying, I feel like I'm providing value in some way, form, or fashion. If not to me, to mostly it's just to an external source, whether
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a wife, kids, family, co-workers, a company, your community, etc. Like you have like the condition of man is to provide value, especially a male.
That's the word, though.
Um,
That right there.
yeah,
I think that's the word. P word. Provide.
provide.
And like, okay. So, okay, wife, kids, house, family, job, all of these things you're trying to add value to everywhere you go. And oftentimes with effort, like this concept of like you people don't say someone who's trying if they feel like they've made it, right?
Yeah.
It is the
I think you would never allow yourself to feel like you've made it
made.
or succeeded. And this is something really interesting that I learned through um, a lot of content that I've consumed on men going to therapy. So a lot of the times when the men feel like therapy has worked and they've overcome whatever demons they have, sometimes their motivation to do the thing that they were doing is gone because they used to have this like negative driving force to
Mm,
continue trying and building and building and building. And now that that's gone, it's like, I don't really know if I want that anymore.
yeah. That
Right?
grind
That
comes
grind.
from like a negative place. But like, here's the thing. I feel like, cause I relate to that. Like for example, like my workaholism was coming from not a good place.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the love of the game. It
Mm-hmm.
certainly wasn't the love of the game. Like I enjoy what I do for a living, which I think is a blessing in and of itself because most people don't.
Most people do not.
I find joy and value and reward in what I do for work, and I'm fortunately get paid for that. And I'm not talking about the books, but like the concept of like trying and not being enough, and like that's something else that we've talked about. Like, at what point will it be enough? And it's like we are human doings, human doing. What can I do? What can I add? What can I provide? And so, what does it take to be? And this harkens back to what we talked about a year ago, and what that. I think it goes back to what I also said before of like hug your friends, tell your friends you love them, tell your family you love them, because like they anyone who feels if anyone else is out there is like, yeah, I look at myself in the mirror and I see I'm trying, so do the people in your life, so do like the people you're trying for, and so do like your buds who are probably feeling the same way. So like tell them like, I see you working, thank you. Like, I don't know. I think we all just need that invitation to open up.
Yeah.
The male loneliness epidemic is real because like we are really good at suffering in silence and putting one foot in front of the other and
Yeah. Either that or
trying.
it's like we like to minimize. We like
Dismiss,
to
diminish, deny.
yep. We like to what's the word for it? Bottle up. What's the word for using comedy? We like to cope with comedic things and like being funny and being like a
Self-deprecation.
self-deprecation, things like that. Whenever I join my buddies in Discord and I talk to them. There's times when we'll talk and we'll have like a really good conversation and a really good like deep conversation about just life.
Mm.
I love those because I get to know more about these guys and how they think and what their actual intelligence. And I was thinking about that in a separate way, and I'll get to that later. But a lot of the times we'll get into Discord and we're just stimming. Fuck me. Like we'll just start saying random shit, singing random shit, and making random noises in Discord. Because also, as guys, you want to come off like Debbie Downer all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
So we just go in and try and make each other laugh. We just act like fools because that is the way that we know to connect with each other. Because every day can't be another day I tried, guys, and I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what I'm gonna do. Right? Periodically, that's fine. I think that's what also a lot of men pick up on is I can be vulnerable and emotional, but not all the time. Like we got to get shit done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I'm vulnerable and emotional all the time, I'm not getting anything done.
Sure.
Right?
Where's that balance?
That's I think that's what we're discovering now. Is there's the whole thing about that that online culture of women saying men need to open up more, or
Mm.
I wish my partner would open up more, or my partner opened up and I got icked out, or whatever
Yeah,
it is,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I think sometimes a lot of those are exaggerated, but I do think there's always a little bit of truth underneath the skits and the exaggeration of there might be men or women that look very hard and tough and on the exterior, and you want them to open up because you feel like that's a layer of connection that you want.
Yeah.
But as soon as they do, you realize, oh, it goes deep, and I'm not equipped to handle this,
Hmm.
right? Um, and so, I think what we're learning now is where is that balance? In what ways
And
can I
who can you
handle
trust that balance with? Who can you
exactly?
like? Not everyone, and this is based on timing in everyone's own journey. I think like there's a degree of discernment and wisdom of like it's not your job to determine what other people can and can't handle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it is your like it's to your benefit and you like to be mindful of
Mm-hmm.
who you're opening up to about what.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like going back to, we were talking about invitations, like take a step. How does it feel? If you take two and it doesn't feel good, you don't need to go any further. Turn back,
Mm-hmm.
try a different avenue, go
Yeah.
somewhere else. Like I have friends who like we can shoot the shit, we can hang, but the moment anything gets too real, it gets shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and that's fine. It doesn't need to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, are you going to necessarily be the first person I come to when the world is burning?
Probably
No, but
not.
that's okay. We don't need to have that
And
relationship.
we understand that. I think sometimes, like you understand with your friends, like we probably have a mutual understanding that we are each other's tier two go tos. Maybe not. We're not each other tier one's go to, right? If I called you at my wedding, you're probably a tier one or tier two go to. At that point, uh, also depending on who I knew at the time. But it depends on how many real conversations you have with each other.
Yeah.
Um, when I had first started therapy back in 2024, and it was helping, and until now, and now I could tell you exactly what therapy did and didn't do for me now.
Mm.
But during the past year, I had to kind of go through it to see like how am I
Yeah.
feeling, where are the fruits for the seeds that have been planted. And I was talking to one of my buddies about it online or back in Dallas, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I've been going to therapy for a while now. And I really do think it's good." I'm like, "You've been going to therapy?" Because we never talked about
Yeah.
this, right? And just over that time, this is a guy that like I told him I hate when you got a 9 to 5 because when you had your gig work and you were free in the mornings and I was here working, we got online and just chatted and yapped in the morning and played games. We connected so much then. I felt like we had lost connection just because he was working and I was working.
Yeah.
And I talked to him about that recently. He was like, "Nah, dude, like it's fine. Like I know like we've both been working. We like it's just one of those seasons. Love is still here. It's all love. Like we're good." And and for me, I'm like I'm still a little bit in that value brain of like, am I providing this friend enough value?
Mm.
Right? When I go into the Discord and I'm hanging out with the guys, a lot of them are playing games that I don't play.
Yeah.
So the only value that I think I can provide is conversation because I'm not playing the same game they're playing. So I try to. I'm like, how are you doing? What's going on? We'll banter. We'll try and whatever it is to provide a little bit of conversational value. Just because like I feel if I'm here and I'm doing nothing, I shouldn't be here.
Mm.
Instead of feeling like I can be here and do nothing,
The point is being
but the
here.
point is being here, right? So, as thinking about this upcoming year and thinking about like all the things that I'm going to try and do,
Mm.
you know, we talked a little bit about book talk and all the content stuff, and yeah, I know my quality is finally crispy, and I love that. And now that the quality is there, and I don't have to change it. Really, it's just me every time I make a video. Like, now, what are the content, like the meat of the video updates that I should have been making over the past few years, and I focused on this instead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, because every video, I'm like, I just feel like I need to try something. But there's a little bit of shift in that mentality of like, even if I don't, even if it doesn't do well or blow up or whatever it is, I'm showing up. I think I do belong here. Um, I think I'm finding something here. Um, the fruits of the seeds that I planted are already like showing right now. I'm connecting with people. This is what I said I wanted to do in the first place. It's just with the fraction of the people that I thought I would,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's okay because I don't need to try harder or more, right? I'm no longer just trying. It's just like, okay, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
This is what it looks
This
like.
is just what it looks
This is the
like.
process.
I think something that I hear a lot. Chris Williamson talks about this when you like are starting to create anything. You can talk about creating a business. You can talk about creating goals for yourself and doing. If you encounter any hardships in that process, he says it's not a bug; it's a feature.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
feature
yeah.
of that process. It's very good.
So you said something earlier though. So the notion of like, okay, in therapy, right? I'm going, you're going, we're suffering in silence. We're not talking about it. These paths never cross. And so I feel like in isolation, and sometimes it's like, okay, let's connect these dots. You ever go to, like, you're in class with you and your friends, right? You're sitting in class. You're learning the same teacher, the same material in real time. You take the same tests, you do the same assignments. One person picks up the material, can talk about it. One person picks up the material, can't really articulate it, but they get it. Another person does not get it, can fudge their way through it, does not get it, can't talk about it. There's all these like different, you were in the same class, taught the same things, got different things out of it, right? So I feel like with self-discovery, self-understanding, there comes a like growth, right? We all like, again, our generation, like we provide value, learn, grow, do. But we're all trying to do that. And in the midst of that, I want to be careful with how I say this. We're not all picking up what the teacher put down.
Yeah.
And so I feel like some people are learning therapy speak.
Yes.
And calling it growth.
Sure.
And yet there's an element of like, if the fruit should be in the behavior change. So like self-discovery no longer comes with the excuse of, well, that's just how I am, or that's just how I think, or that's just what I do. It's like, you don't get that agency anymore with self-discovery. Sometimes it's uncomfortable because there's a lot more nuance and a lot more gray area, and it's not just black and white. And like, you now have the skills and the tool set to be able to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
and discern the gray areas between.
Yeah.
And so like growth is uncomfortable. It is not like a reward necessarily, because like you don't get the easy outlet
Mm-hmm.
of just like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. Accept it. Like
Yeah.
if you grew, it would show in behavior change,
Mm-hmm.
not just in the words you're able to use.
Yeah.
So I feel like something that I've seen, I'm curious if like it's been your experience too, especially like as those conversations start to have happen, when like people are saying the right things, but then excusing the behavior. Like knowledge is not empowerment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I know that I do this thing. So with that knowledge, I should curtail that behavior, especially if it doesn't serve, not give people like, well, now you know this, you can work around my bugs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that creates the isolation. And it's like, I'm doing all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not resulting in behavior change and the ability to communicate it, it makes it makes the situation worse,
Yeah.
because now it's like I'm trying, or I've tried, and I feel the same.
Mm.
And if that's the case, how do we move from the perspective of I'm trying or I tried to I see the fruit of my labor? So
Mm-hmm.
like when you asked me, what do you see when you look in the mirror? I said, if you asked me 6 months ago, I said, I see someone who tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
You asked me now, I see someone who tried then, is trying now, will continue to try, but I respect that person a whole lot better now.
Yeah.
I appreciate that effort a whole lot more now, because I see the fruit differently.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do we encourage people to like see that fruit, unearth that fruit? Like imagine eating a banana peel on. Gross.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Like actually like
Yeah.
gross. But like there's fruit there. Do you know how to eat it?
Mm-hmm.
And so often I feel like if you're used to, you pick a blueberry, you can just pop it right in your
Mm-hmm.
mouth. But if you
Yeah.
got a fruit that you didn't know how to eat, you
Mm-hmm.
might still think this is awful.
Yeah.
Um, and how many people are falling into that trap of their effort not being rewarded because
Yeah.
they don't understand that the rewards look different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
While you were saying that, I was thinking back to the idea of like a real man, because
Mm-hmm.
like back in the day, you'd see like on media and all that stuff, like the idea of what a real man is,
Mm.
right? A real man is he's that guy who's like always there taking care of things, but he's not really talking about it. Like
Yeah.
that real man, he wears flannel, he wears boots, he wears jeans, or he wears a suit and tie, and he's getting shit done,
Mm.
right? But he's not talking about it. He knows he's not. He is that guy who learned the teachings. He can't fully articulate it, but he gets it, right? That is a real man. But you know, there's also the person who didn't get it, and there's also the person who got it and can articulate it well, right? And I think what we're finding is, who are we in that
Yeah.
spectrum, right? Am I growing up, have I been the guy who's just never understood it, and now I want to be able to articulate it, therefore I have to work through, I get it but I can't articulate it, to get to I get it and I can articulate it? Or am I the guy who gets it, doesn't want to articulate it, and I'm content with that,
Yeah.
right? Or am I the guy who gets it, articulates it? People don't really like that I articulate it. Do I like that I articulate? Do I need to back it? Things like that. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's like all the different variations inside there. And I was just thinking about the fact that like, we're just figuring out that there are different kinds of men in the world, right? You know, you could say that the hardworking man who comes home and takes care of his family and, has a good 2 hours to play with his kids, and then the kids go to bed, and then he spends a little time with the wife, and then they both go to bed. He wakes up, does the same thing every day. It's a real man right there. Doesn't talk about his feelings. He gets shit done. Takes care of everybody. It's a responsible man. There's also the man who says goodbye to his wife every day when she goes to work. He works from home. He cleans the house. He takes care of the kids. He drives around, does chores. He calls his mother's wife, or his wife's mother rather, um, and he calls his mother, and he communicates. He's a very communicative man. There's that kind of man as well now. That's more prevalent now because
we've encouraged it societally.
but also everybody went remote. So like now there are men who are discovering a different type of man, right? I'm not the man who has to be responsible for everything and take care of all the burdens on his shoulders. I can be a man who can be comfortable with sharing that burden with my partner, whether that be a man or a woman or a non-binary individual. And I can be a different kind of man. And so that's just what I was thinking about when you were talking about that. Like, there's just different kinds of men now in the world. And sometimes I do look around and see what kind of men are around me, and what kind of man do I want to be?
Yeah.
Right? Because some types of men I don't want to be.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not just the bad kinds of men that I don't want to be. It's also the other perfectly acceptable kinds of men that I don't want to be.
Yeah, or I couldn't be.
And I couldn't be, right? Because I don't have chest insertions to be able to go to the gym and have a full chest and lift 300 pounds off the bench. I just don't. I'm not going to be that kind of man, Tim. And so regardless of what kind of man, bring it back around, regardless of what kind of man we're trying to be, I do still think there's this through line of we are all men who are trying. And I think we're always going to be men who try, to your point. I think right now is we are working towards being men who don't look at trying as like, oh, I'm just trying, dude.
As failing.
Yeah. I'm trying.
I'm
failing at trying.
Yeah. If you view trying as failing because you haven't achieved yet, or you view failing as trying because you haven't achieved yet, like either in either order, if you equate trying and failing, because it's destination mindset versus like journey path, like right. I don't know. It was, you were talking about like the different types of men, and like the different types of, like, going back to like the student in the classroom. I think for so long there's been the type of student, classroom example, who thinks they get it, thinks they can articulate it, never understood it from jump.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think those people have had a microphone, who are the loudest, who have given other people a false sense of security and echo chambering that, like, you don't get it, you don't need to get it, but we're going to talk about it like we get it. And that type of man, what does that translate to societally? Who views effort and provision as a means of weaponization of, like, and it might not even be so malicious as that sounds, but it's like, I provide for you, love me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily think
I need to feel it in exchange. I'm doing this for you, therefore you must do this for me. But the thing that you must do for me is a specific thing that I want. And the thing that I'm giving you is also a specific thing that I want. Fuck what you want. And what you need.
That's not, I don't think at any point that was in the material. That was not on the syllabus.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you'll continue trying as hard as you want, and you will fail every time, and that will bear no fruit of any kind. Though, like, that's the only kind of effort that I think goes without harvest, as
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so I think you know, going back to four, you asked four people, you're 4 for 4. Everyone said they try. That says something. And I guess I encourage everyone, if you feel, you look in the mirror, you see yourself and you go, I see a guy trying.
I think that should be a trigger for a little bit of deeper reflection. Okay, I see a guy who tries. How do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Like, do I like the fact that I try? Am I happy with trying? Am I content as being a trier? Um, am I trying because of a negative feedback loop that I have with myself? Am I trying because I'm trying towards something? Do I see progression in my trying? Do I see
Mm.
regression in my trying? I think there's a little bit deeper that you can go as soon as as soon as you uncover that first layer,
Yeah. What
right?
fuels the effort?
Yeah,
What is the drive? What's
yeah.
it for? What's the why behind it? But not
Mm-hmm.
only that, um, are you looking for the rewards in the right areas?
Mm-hmm. I think that's actually so fair because that last part you just said, um,
Looking for rewards in the right areas.
yeah, yeah, because that's exactly what I changed now, right? Like instead of looking for rewards in view counts and follower counts, I found rewards in people that I get to talk to, relationships that I get to make, the really cool early copies of books that people send me, the authors that I can connect with, because it is something that I like to do. I like to read.
Yeah.
So the number one thing that should have been important to me this entire time is I love to read. I want to connect with readers. But you know who is also a reader? The person who wrote the book that you like. You have an opportunity to connect with them too. And you have been. You just haven't noticed it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now I notice it. And that's what
You were eating
that's what
banana peels.
I was eating banana peels, bro. Fuck me. I was I was I,
This
I,
is gross.
I was a cartoon character who peeled the banana,
Through the.
threw the banana and ate the peel. It was that guy. Um,
Oh man.
a random like thing that I thought of. Similarly, just these experiences that I have with my friends in Discord is I do have a level of ego. I do. I know it's there. A level of ego, a level of narcissism, um, a level of self assuredness.
Well,
That
there's okay. Let's separate that though, because there's healthy ego,
there is,
and then there's toxic ego.
I think I have a level of both, right? Because I think a lot of people have a level of both. For me, it's like fluctuated. I think that I'm a smart person. There are times when I think I'm a smarter person than the person in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying very hard over the past year to reduce that part of me because I've noticed that the most growth happens when I don't think I'm smarter than the person in front of me. I take the information that's incoming, I process it, and I apply it. That goes as close to home as my wife.
Yeah.
I should not be thinking that I'm smarter than my wife. If she tells me something, all right, you need to go wash your face and apply lotion. I'm like, why the fuck, right? Fuck, no. But she's saying that for a reason, right? You need to like you've been eating you need to eat more vegetables. No, I don't. Fuck you. I know what I'm eating. Like none of these are thoughts that should come into my brain.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes they have. But you know what? The thought that comes now. You know, she's right. I've been snacking a lot, and really the only veggies I eat are this and this. She's right because she eats these salads. She eats these new vegetables. She's open to trying these new things. She eats pickle with her food, achad for you Indians out there, which I don't. And so there's a level of toxic ego that I've been trying to reduce. So with my friends in Discord, I never thought that I was smarter than them, but I also never knew how intelligent they were. So there's times when we'll have a conversation or we'll be talking about something and they'll like bring up something from the news or something that happened recently, and I'm like, oh, they're pretty well informed on these topics. They're pulling out events and dates and people that I don't have the capacity to remember in my brain. Well, these are very intelligent people that I'm bantering with and stimming with at night. And I just never knew it because we would just hop in and start goofing around.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was just thinking, like, part of my vision of being a man is not to be a man who thinks he's the smartest person in the room. there's always like, will be the hardest worker in the room. I think I don't want to assume that I'm the hardest worker in the room, that I'm the smartest person in the room, that I'm the coolest person in the room. I'm not any of the ist person in the room. I'm simply a person in the room. And really, my life thus far has been a vessel for everybody who's come into it. I feel like I've been a very easily influenced person.
Mm.
So I think I used to surround myself or consume content from people who were a bit egotistical and self assured and thought they were the smartest person ever. And I thought that was really cool. Like I loved those characters, right? I loved Reed from Criminal Minds, and he knows he's a fucking smartass, and he knows he's super intelligent. But he's also a genius. I used to like idolize these characters and these people that like were smarter than everybody else, and I thought that was really cool. And I thought that if I just faked that enough, I might get there. But that's just one thing you can't fake. You just can't fake being the smartest person ever.
Well, let me challenge that a step further. So, like, okay, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You know that, like, that thought process, right? Like, you want to surround yourself with the people who are, better than you, smarter than you, more informed than you, more ist than you in anything, right? So, I understand that thought process, but I also reject it, and the reason why, someone told me once, like, there's three hands you can offer. You can reach down to help someone up. You can reach across to engage with someone that's like peer, and you can reach up and ask for a helping hand.
You know what's really interesting is I thought it was gonna be you can reach down to pull someone down. I thought that's where that was gonna go because of the way that I think.
Why?
I'm a very utilitarian person. I think I've forever, as far as I can think of, like I've always seen relationships as utilitarian.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like, how can you help me? What do you do for me? Like, that's what you
honestly,
mean?
it's always been what am I supposed to do for this person?
Okay. Okay.
It's almost all, and that's why like I would like hoard my friends because I was like, I need to provide value. I need to provide value. I need to provide value. The only value they're providing me and I'm happy with is they're my friend. But I need to provide so much more value so that they can be my friend. So it's always like, I think it's just, but because we were talking on like the toxic ego part, I thought that third one was going to be pulling someone down. Um, but I can see what you mean by like asking for help to be pulled up.
Yeah. And like going back to what you said earlier, like, I wish someone would invite me to the stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can ask, and they might say no.
Yeah.
Are you rejecting yourself? And I think so often it's safe there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no growth in not asking.
Yeah. I could lead a very happy life right now if I didn't send that email to Imaginarium Book Fest and ask them if I can create short form content for them. And I would be content. I could just go online, go to their ticket resale forum, and just purchase the resold tickets right now. And I could still go to the book fair and have fun. And I could just not send that email.
Or you could.
I'm still gonna send that email after I finish drafting it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I think the idea of, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I like that. But why are you in the room? If you're the smartest person in the room, I hope you're teaching. If you're the dumbest person in the room, I hope you're learning.
I hope you're staying quiet and learning.
I hope your ears are open. Hope your heart's open. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like this is going back to the beginning of like, are we trying in the right ways? Are we using our words? Are we communicating effectively? Because like there's these mantras, these like quick little like nuggets that are read in a black and white context, applied universally, and then we miss out. We eat the banana peel and throw the banana, and we think we got it, and we just didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, how frustrating that must be to feel that. And I say that being the guy who was eating the banana peel and being like, I love the fiber. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah,
something out of it.
this is how it feels, right? I'm doing
I'm
the
doing it
right thing.
right.
I'm doing it right because I saw other guys eating the banana peel over there, and I think they look cool. Like they look like the guy I want to look like. So I'm gonna eat the banana peel. I'm gonna take that trend. Coming into your world now. I'm gonna take that needle.
Mm,
Mm,
mm, mm,
mm.
mm.
Don't take the
do
needle.
that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just go natty. Just go natty. Go natty. Creatine. That's all you need. But yeah, this was a good conversation. I think we can pause it here. We can pause this conversation here. This was cool. This was cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that too. I'm not gonna do any sort of intro outro. This is just a bonus episode. But hey, you guys have a good time. Peace.
Flip them off.